sure.
I mean, that's why like so many art forms like are either emerged from here or whatever, because like when you get splashed with subway water, it's like the most creative shit in the world. Subway water is so creative. The juice. It'll give you hepatitis too, but it's also creative. Boom. This is the last episode of Asian Not Asian for 2023. And it's your podcast with all your favorite Asian friends. It's Mike Nguyen.
I'm Jenny Arimoto.
And again, it's December 9th. This will come out, I think, before the end of the year, so I'm pretty sure. So Happy New Year, everybody. A little early.
Yeah.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, probably.
Happy Hanukkah.
I like that you put the sound like that. You did it real.
You know, I had a bagel, and it's good. It feels good. It's the end of the year. We're gonna do a little end of the year recap for you. Just want to say very quickly too, thank you for listening to the show, and thank you for supporting us. I don't think people realize what it means.
I know.
You know, I'm serious.
Yeah, this week, and I, if you're listening, thank you for coming up to me, but I went to our UCB theater is opening up again.
Oh, I saw.
Yes, and so there was a big holiday party.
Yeah.
And a new writer on another team came up to me, and she was like, "Oh, I listen to Asian Not Asian."
Yeah, what?
And then I introduced her to every other Asian person at the theater because there's like 5 of us.
Oh, okay.
So I was like, "Do you want to meet the 5 other people? The 5 other Asians here?"
Ileana's the
AD,
director,
yeah.
right? Okay, cool.
So I introduced her to Ileana.
Oh, amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing. Yeah, I mean, it really is crazy. You have to understand.
It means a lot, yeah.
That the reality of making this podcast is 90% me sitting in a dark room looking at numbers or files, and it's so abstract.
Yeah.
And that it actually hits a human's ears and like gets processed in someone's brain is like wild to me. I still don't even think it's real. Sometimes I think it's like some sort of deep state conspiracy that people will come up to me and say,
"Yeah,
Mike, I listened to your podcast." I'm like, "Sure, you do, CIA."
Yeah, you're going towards Q now.
Okay, sorry.
You're gonna come back in 2024. But it'll be really weird.
Let's talk about Nancy Pelosi. No, yeah. So no, it really means a lot. It's awesome. If you are in San Francisco, December 19th, I don't know if this will be relevant by the time this episode comes out, but we'll be in San Francisco and we'll be doing a couple shows. Me and Jenny, Dylan Adler, Dylan McKeever, my good friend David Nguyen, a couple other folks will be there, and it'll be a lot of fun. So please come out there. The tickets, ticket links available in the episode description, or go to AsianNotAsianPod.com. Of course, always go to our stand-up shows. The next one is January 12th. January 12th, 2024. So come check that out. It's always an awesome time. We will be on hiatus. This podcast will be on hiatus for about a month because I, just need to make sure I don't get divorced. And, I just need a break. I think I will use these Saturdays to go to therapy. It will be something I need to do. I just need to chill. But if you're on Patreon, if you're a Patreon subscriber, two things. One, there will be an episode that comes out on Patreon, just for Patreon. And then there will be a Patreon hangout because I need to, summon the council, okay? The council needs to come together because there needs to be a discussion about something. That sounds ominous. It's not.
It sounds really
It sounds ominous, but we do need to summon, okay?
The council.
That's the ram
It sounded like do like a the Lil Jon song.
Oh, that's what that should be my horn.
Yeah, you should get a horn and do that.
Yeah, so some of the council come to Patreon and then come to the hangout, and we can chat. It'll be a lot of fun. Speaking of Patreon, real quick, we're gonna do a last couple of Patreon subscriber shout outs for the end of the year. I'm getting this weird thing happening on Patreon, so I'm not sure if these are real Patreon. I have no idea what's going on. I'm just going to give you a shout out anyways. There's only a couple, so it's all good. So one is Axel Peralta. Peralta. Axel Peralta.
I don't think these are real, Mike.
You don't think so?
It says free.
Yeah, it does say free. What does that mean?
I don't know.
How are you getting onto my Patreon? You know what?
They're
If
not
you're
giving
hold
us
on
any
here.
money.
Hold on here. If you're a bot, thank you for your support.
Yeah,
bots.
seriously.
If this is AI,
I mean, we'll take bots, but you should still give us money.
yeah, I will take bot money. You know, I'll
We're
take
like desperate.
AI generated money. Okay, well, very quickly.
Okay, we can do it.
We'll
still.
do a quick one. Axel Peralta.
Is a cartoon character name
In
in a cool way.
Yeah, this person looks like maybe is the AI generated. This is perfect actually. AI generated sixth member of the Gorillas.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's cool.
So it is started off as just like a customer service AI chatbot.
Yeah.
And then kind of got more
Worked his way up.
Yeah, worked his way up. Was thinking about taking over the world, but then was like, you know what? I just love music, man.
Yeah, I just want to be in the Gorillas.
just in the Gorillas and just playing AI bass.
Yeah.
So thank you very much for that.
Thanks, Axel.
And then the other one is Mark, Paulo, Cupid. And the spelling for Mark is real crazy. M-A-R-C-K. So it's not just a C or a K, it's both. Bitches.
This is like something I would write. Like sometimes I'm like, I wrote that. I made that name up.
So maybe this person is coming from Jenny's imagination.
My imagination.
So you should be able to tell me what is up with Mark.
He works at the gym. He works at the gym and he's a personal trainer.
As a trainer,
As a
okay.
personal trainer.
This is good.
And like I went to go see him once. You know, like I was like trying to decide if I want to go into personal training.
Yes.
And he like immediately does the ab. You know, like the thing where you hold the bars and then you like start lifting your legs. Do you know what I'm talking about? What do you call that? It's like a reverse crunch situation.
Yeah.
And so he's just like, yeah,
leg
so just
lift.
hop on here and do 30 of these. I'm like, I'm not tall enough to even like hold on to the bars. Like, he's just like so out of touch.
Yeah.
And he like yelled at me a lot.
Right.
And I was like, I don't want to do
Yeah.
it.
And then and like after you did your 30 and you're like sweating your ass off, he's like, okay, now he attaches like one of those like, you know, the chain belt.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
With the weights and
Yeah.
then makes you do it again.
Yeah, he's like, do it again. I'm
Now
like,
do
I
it again.
can't. Like, I literally can't.
Wow.
That's
Very-
Mark.
Mark
With a CK.
Mark with a CK. Classic.
Thanks
crunch
for nothing, Mark.
trainer.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, thank you very much. Go to patreon.com/Asian Not Asian Pod to get up in this. And again, we'll be dropping one episode in January. And we'll be doing Patreon Hangout. It'll be a lot of fun. Let's get into our guest.
Yeah, let's get into our
Like
guest.
physically. We're gonna talk to our guest. I ran this intro by him, so don't like get upset at me. I thought he thinks it's cool. So
He thinks it's really cool.
He thinks it's
He
so-
said so
he's
beforehand.
like- he, like,
was like,
gave
that's
me-
actually awesome.
that's
Yeah,
awesome.
that's
He gave
so
me the
cool.
shaka. So this comedian, I'm very excited. Australian Asian, comedian Asian, autistic Asian?
Question mark.
Question mark. We're not sure. We'll get into it. Aaron Chen, y'all.
Thank you. Hey, thanks for having me. It's
Oh my gosh! Thank
Hey,
you for
thanks
so
for
coming.
nice to
having
be
me.
here. You did run it by me, but
did.
felt I could only say yes.
We cornered you.
Oh my God, that's great.
a reference to a new bit that I'm doing.
You're working
Yes.
on.
Yeah.
That we saw yesterday.
It's very funny.
Very funny.
Thank you very much.
Thanks for doing our show yesterday. You did Hack City yesterday.
Yeah, it was
Show.
so fun.
That's awesome.
Such a
And
vibe.
you had your own show too this week at the same place, right?
I
Union
did,
Hall.
yeah, Union Hall.
Oh my God.
What a venue,
Crushing
huh?
it. Yeah.
Is it cool?
It's
You
so
live there
nice.
now.
Yeah.
I do, yeah. They've
How? Well, we'll get into it more. But like, how has it been in New York so far?
it's been really good, like in terms of living or shows or
Everything. I guess.
Everything.
So-
Just the whole experience.
Yeah.
It's crazy. New York's so. Are you guys from New York City?
We're from California.
We're from California.
Okay, and
Yeah.
is that busy also?
It's a different flavor of busy, I feel.
Yeah, I would say. How much of America have you seen?
I've been to Los Angeles,
Okay.
New York City, Boston, and Burlington,
Okay.
and Newark.
Okay. I would say that I mean, you got a kind of a good slice. I feel.
Mhm.
I feel New York is the crazy place, and
Yeah.
everywhere else
Yes.
is like busy, and whatever.
Yeah.
They got their problems, I guess.
Yeah,
But
New York is so busy.
Yeah.
New York
It's
City is the crazy place.
I've, It's like the best time of my life, but also I'm anxious every day.
Yeah. I understand.
Well-
I got really into candles when I moved here.
Oh, yeah?
Because of that.
Do you have one of those like daylight lamps?
Oh, no. Do
No.
you?
No, I'm thinking about getting one. It's like
Is
not
your
enough
apartment
sunlight.
dark?
It is.
Oh, That was my first apartment too.
Because when I got the apartment, it was like north facing.
Yeah.
And in Australia, that's the best you could do. And
yeah.
I didn't realize it was switched.
Opposite. Yeah.
So I was like,
Oh shit!
I forgot. Oh my god.
I didn't. Yeah, that really tripped
That's
me
so
out
real.
the first day I moved in, and I googled like, why is it dark?
I only knew about the toilet flushing thing, left or right. Or
Oh, yeah,
whatever, which
different
apparently is
flush.
not real. That's just
It's not
That's
real?
just nonsense. Yeah.
Oh.
Well, the flushes in America are generally so strong. Like all
Really?
the water goes out
Yeah.
like downwards.
Yeah.
But in Australia, there is like
It's more
the
chill?
swirl. Yeah.
It's a more chill swirl.
It's- It
think
can
that's
be
cultural.
sometimes too chill, but most of the time it's
Yeah.
in between.
I
It's
feel like
okay.
that feels very cultural.
Yeah.
yeah. See, this is the perspective we need.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Beautiful cultural exchange.
Yeah, this is a wonderful thing. You know, where the sun is not where you think it is.
Yeah.
That's sick. Are we doing what kind of Asian were you this week?
It's up to you. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm ready to do one.
We can keep
do
it short.
We can keep it short. I'll start. Yeah.
Okay. So what kind of Asian were you this week, Mike?
I was a Jets fan Asian.
Okay.
What was I telling you this?
You mentioned it, and then I don't think we talked about it.
So the weird thing is that, I don't know. Have you guys ever had a thing where you go through your whole life thinking you are one way, and then all of a sudden you realize, oh, actually I'm this other thing? I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, so for my whole life,
Sure.
I was like, I hate the Jets. They're
Okay.
stupid. They're New Jersey. New Jersey sucks. Blah. But then over time, I started watching, there's a show called Hard Knocks, which is like a documentary series.
Yes, on HBO.
Yes, that's on HBO,
Yeah.
and they follow like a football team through their preseason. And this year they had the Jets on, so it was Jets and it was Aaron Rodgers, who I also hate because he's like an anti-vax.
I know,
guy.
anti-vaxxer.
Although we went to Berkeley.
I know. I know he went to Berkeley, but the anti-vaxxing trumps the Berkeley.
Yeah, it totally
in the
does.
math.
He's the one that said that he's immunized, right?
Yeah, he said
He
that.
did?
I thought that was the funniest thing. Because, like, I think in a press conference before a game, he said that he was immunized, but later on they found out that it meant he was taking like herbal medicine.
Yeah.
He's like,
He's like he meant like immune in like the cosmic way.
yeah.
Like literally. So so don't like him, but they followed him, and he was like, he's a very good football player, and he seems like a nice guy, I guess. So I was just watching this whole thing, and then I don't know if you guys follow, but like in the first game of the season, the first 3
Oh, yeah.
snaps he does,
got injured.
he gets career
Ending?
almost career ending,
Yeah.
but like he snaps his Achilles, and he goes down, and the other backup quarterback, what's his name? I should know this as a Jets fan.
A Jets fan that
Zach
you just became.
Zach Wilson,
Uh-huh.
who's this young guy, didn't have a great season. He's supposed to be kind of like, they're supposed to kind of grow him as they have this other guy, but he's put in this horrible situation.
Uh-huh.
He's not doing well. Everybody's shitting all over him, even though he's in this impossible situation. And like the Jets, like they don't have a horrible. I mean, they have a bad record, but like they're like struggling through this. They almost beat some really good teams. Like they almost beat the Dolphins, who are amazing. And I was
Which is
just like,
also
I
a
just
crazy
kept
sentence.
watching.
Uh-huh.
And I'm like, this is so sad. And I was like, oh my God, I'm a Jets fan. Because it's so heartbreaking.
Because you feel bad for them?
Yeah. It's just so
I'm
like.
a fan because I feel bad for you.
Yeah, it's like a deer, like a baby deer who like, oh, you're like, can you escape the jaws of the lion? Oh no, the lion's got one of your teeth, like one of your legs in its
Yeah.
mouth, but it's still trying. And you just like, go, you can go. You just,
Yeah.
I just realized that's like, I guess I'm a fan. And it's so weird to like be another, this whole time I was like, no, they suck. But I realized it's so sad that they suck. and that like endeared me to them.
I
Did
see.
you have an NFL team before the Jets?
Kind of like I grew up in Texas, and so
Okay.
the Cowboys. But like, here's
Yeah.
the thing with the Cowboys is they're kind of like, I don't know if I don't know if there's a sports team like this in Australia for an equivalent kind of sport, but they're kind of like, they're like in a sports movie, they'd be like the team that has all the money and they're all handsome and they're like,
they're
they
the
like
Mighty Ducks.
Yes, exactly. The team that wears like the best clothes.
Yeah.
They have all the shit together.
They're like the legacy team.
Exactly.
Right.
You go to, I've been to the stadium and it's like beautiful, AT&T Stadium. It's like beautiful. They have all the shit they possibly want. And it's like, you're supposed to like them.
Yeah.
They call themselves America's team, which is so fucking douchey.
Yeah.
And so now I'm starting to think I hate the Cowboys. But you know what I'm saying? So it's like that. It's like that, kind of almost the way that people think of the Yankees. It's like, if you like them, of course you're supposed to like them.
Yeah.
You know?
But anytime I watch a sports documentary, I'm going for that.
Yeah.
team.
Exactly. That's what I was gonna say. I was like, every team has a story.
Yeah.
Like if you watch, imagine if you had to do this for every single team. I bet you it wouldn't be the Jets.
Well, no. Here's the thing: is that so every year the Hard Knocks changes, and so they had like one year they had the Falcons, and one year that whatever.
Have you seen those ones?
Yeah, I've seen. I watch it every year.
But it wasn't good enough.
Yeah.
Oh,
No.
bad enough.
Yeah.
This one's the saddest one.
Yeah, they had one. I think they had the one with the Cowboys, and it was cool. And I was like, oh, this is nice. But it was like, this is the one where I was like, it's just so sad. It's just you watch this game. I'm sorry, just very quickly to get very straight on you. Like you watch this game. Just imagine this guy, like the guy who's going to turn around, and he is legit like one of the best quarterbacks who ever lived. He comes to your team. He's going to turn everything around. What is the worst possible thing that could happen if you were to write like a sitcom? Oh, he like gets injured in the first game. No, that's not believable.
Yeah.
But he does.
Yeah. And pretty immediately.
Right away.
Yeah, right away. He's like, oh.
Yeah. And like he goes down, and I remember turning on the TV, and the first second that I had turned the TV, he gets hit, and I was like, no. Yes, he did get hurt. It's like, it's just like, beautiful sadness. Oh, it's like fucking Scorsese made this.
The documentary makers would have been like, upset about it. Like, what's the angle now?
Yeah. What do we do? We like blew our load in the first game. Where do we go from here in the season? But it's like, it's almost like if you did that in a sitcom, it's like, wow, this is a good show because where can you go from here? Where are you going to write now?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You got 10 more episodes.
It's good TV.
It's great.
Great TV.
Yeah.
Anyway, so now I'm a Jets fan.
Wow.
Yeah, it's crazy, bro.
Hey, congrats to the Jets for getting a new fan.
You got one more new fan.
That's a lot for them, Like, that's huge. Yeah. That rules.
I love it. Anyways, yeah, so that's what I'm a Jets fan Asian.
Okay, great.
Aaron, you want to go next?
Sure. My thing that I brought was also sports related.
Okay. All right.
I'm also a sports Asian this week.
Okay.
There's a English Premier League team, so soccer.
No, you can call it football. It's okay. You can call it football. It's okay.
It makes way more sense.
It's a soccer team. I'm assimilating. It's but they have an Australian coach, so this is a big deal for Australians all around the globe because it's like seeing an Australian on the world stage.
So the coach, it's just a coach, not a player.
It's a coach, not a player. Yeah, but like Australians aren't represented well in soccer because we're a small country.
Yeah.
Soccer's not our big sport, and all our sports that we play are like, they're not respected on the world stage. Like people don't know our sports.
Right.
We
like rugby.
I was rugby.
Right.
We've got a sport called Australian rules football, and that's only played in Australia. But it's one of the biggest sports.
What? I've never even heard of it.
What is it like? Is it like rugby? Or is it like...
It's kind of... So it was like a fusion of rugby and cricket. It's like
how can we make this more Australian? Yeah.
And you kind of kick the ball to each other. And you kick goals.
Okay.
But it's... that's as much as I can explain. There's a lot of jumping and stuff. It's like basketball.
Wow.
And stuff.
Is this the one where like you can
so many sports.
You can pick up your friend, like you can pick him up and hold him up in the air and he can like do stuff?
You don't... It's more like you jump on the back of someone
else.
So you can get higher to catch the ball.
Wow.
Yeah.
I always thought that was like some sort of like exception or something, but then I was like, oh no, this happens all the time, I guess.
Yeah, I guess you guys might know these players because the NFL drafts them as kickers.
Yes, they become.
They're so good at kicking.
Interesting.
Whoa. Wait, hold on. So were you a fan of Manchester? You said
no, Tottenham Hotspurs.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Who are also like I liked them before because they had a Korean player. And they, for the longest time, had Son Heung-min.
Yeah. He's amazing.
Yeah, he's great.
So you were a fan of this team before?
No, I always had a soft spot for them.
Okay.
Never really had a team. I just would go for anyone who had an Australian involved.
Yeah, of course.
If there's like an Australian medic in the team.
It's like their accountant is Australian.
Yeah.
Go Manchester.
So
That's amazing. Your books are so clean. So did you like? I mean, I don't know anything about, especially football like that.
Yes.
Like, so like, is it like happening right now? Is it in season? I don't know.
It's happening. He was off. The team was off to a great start, like 8 wins, but then the last week or so, there's 4 losses in a row.
Oh
my God.
shit!
Yeah.
And he's probably getting all sorts of shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, everyone is like, oh, this is an Australian guy. He shouldn't be in soccer.
Really?
Yeah. But he's also got like a crazy mentality. He's like all about just attacking, and people are like, oh, he doesn't ever think about the defense and stuff.
Okay.
So how did he get? Because if soccer isn't like a huge sport in Australia, how did he become like the head coach or whatever the fuck?
It's like, it's always been it's becoming a big sport now, but like it was always a huge sport amongst like ethnic people.
Oh, really? Yeah.
Italians,
just like
Greeks,
America.
Middle Eastern people, they love like soccer, and like all our soccer teams before like 2005
I see.
were based on race. So you go like the first competition, all these teams are like called Marconi Stallions, and that's like the Italian team.
Oh my God.
Stuff like that, like every like race.
So it's like a sanctioned race war.
Yeah, sanctioned.
Let's get.
But sometimes not sanctioned. There would be a lot of tensions.
Okay.
It's so wild.
So it's like this coach is a Greek guy, so it's like great representation for Greek
Australian. Yeah.
So he's a Greek Australian, and now he's in the UK, like doing his head coach
and
thing.
people like him because all the other coaches are like posh, and they like kind of talk like in a very sterile way, but he talks like very down to earth.
Got it.
Yeah. Okay. This is very, I feel, on brand for Australia. To,
It is.
Produce someone.
An everyman.
Yes, exactly. Like his real job, he's a plumber, but he's also like a head coach.
He looks like he could be a plumber.
Oh, really?
He looks like he could be really good at plumbing. He saw a photo.
Probably is.
Is he always in like? Because I always watch when I watch soccer, like European soccer. It's like they're always like. The coaches always look so dapper. Like they wear suits, they're all thin.
Do you have to wear a suit, or is that just a thing they do for respect?
I don't know. I don't know. Exactly.
I feel like there could be a dress code or something, because like in NFL you don't wear.
No.
You wear polo shirts, right?
Yeah, they wear like sweatshirts sometimes.
Yeah, hoodies. I mean, they'll wear
really?
the merch. Like
definitely no hoodies in soccer, but
Yeah.
sometimes they do wear like tracksuits.
Okay.
But most of the time it is suits. I don't know.
Does the Australian guy wear suits?
He does. He will wear a sweater with a tie underneath.
I was imagining like an 80s like over ill-fitting suit. Like he's like, is this good?
I don't think he has to bring his own, which is good.
Okay, well that's awesome. So 2 for 2 sports Asians.
Asians.
Okay. How about Jenny? What kind of Asian were you?
Could you imagine if it was like, and I also
I was watching UFC.
Yeah. I was an extroverted Asian.
Oh.
Okay.
So I'm an introvert. But I go through cycles where I like need to be alone for a really long time. But then during that time where I'm alone, I'm like, I'm spending too much time alone. And so then I'm also like a type A person. So then I'll plan out my next couple weeks of socializing and fill it up. Do you know what I mean? Like just like fill my calendar up, but it's like I made those decisions when I was being an introvert. So like introverted means like you can do it, you know? So I just like, I'm like, you feel fine now. So I plan out my weeks, and I'm in the middle of what what I sowed for myself. I'm reaping what I sowed right now, and it's exhausting. I'm so tired.
What do you got on the docket?
I realized because it's like holiday stuff, there's like a lot of like, let's get together before the year ends. I'm leaving for 3 weeks. So it's like, I just don't have that much time before I leave. So like every like dinner, there was like that theater party. There was our show last night, which was fun, but I wish I could have hung out, but I was like, I gotta get out of here.
Am I allowed to say this?
Yeah.
On stage, you said you took an edible 20 minutes ago, and then the next thing I see is you just going home.
Yeah, I was like, great set. I'll see you tomorrow. I gotta get out of here.
I'm a ticking time bomb.
Well, literally at the beginning of the show, I told Mike, I was like, can I do none of the in-between stuff?
Oh, yeah. And then I made you bring me up and like vamp for a little bit. Because I was trying to change my tech out. Yeah.
I know, you're like, can you vamp? Which was my nightmare. I was like,
sorry.
But yeah, I'm just like in that zone right now where I'm like, I'm just in the middle of what I thought I could handle when I was being an introvert.
Yes.
Which is really nice. It means that like I have I have people to see, I have things to do, but every morning I'm just like on my couch quiet, like at least staring at the window. Like I noticed myself, I was like, what am I doing? But I was just like staring at a window like for like 30 minutes in silence.
So you're naturally introverted.
Yeah.
This is too stressful, this period.
It's like, it gets really tiring. Yeah. Or like I sometimes feel like I'm not being as like kind or, you know what I mean? Like I'm just kind of like talking and then I'm like, is this good? Is this good? I'm doing it right now. But hey, thanks. Thanks, Aaron. But yeah, I think I like lose a part of my brain. So I'm just like kind of like going. I realize the reason why I feel like I'm an introvert is because I need alone time to process. I can't process real time. Like I can't just do it.
No, you gotta go home and chill.
But then I talked to like Dylan Adler, who's a pure extrovert.
Oh yeah.
And he's like pure extrovert, and he's like he doesn't like we're not the same at all. Like he like loves being out with people all the time.
Yeah.
And I think that's how he like processes the world. And I'm like, no, I'm not like that at all. I need to like sit by myself.
Yeah.
Or like. Even going on a walk, sometimes I'm like, there's people here.
Too many people. Well, I have to say, for considering your condition, New York City, worst place possibly to be.
I know. That was my big thing when I moved here was the anxiety of like never being alone.
You're in New York. There are times where you are surrounded on all sides by a person. I mean, above and below you.
Totally.
Like within a few feet. You know what I'm saying?
That's why I got really into candles and face masks. Like literally, it was a coping mechanism.
Yeah.
How do the candles help? It's just
to like peaceful, because I used to live in Manhattan, which was really intense, and so I was just like, I need to like pretend like I'm not in Manhattan.
Yeah.
In like the dark, because I was like on like a floor level unit that was like so dark.
Yeah.
And I was so sad all the time.
Yeah.
But then I would feel guilty if I wasn't out doing stuff, because it also feels like, well, why am I here if I'm not doing all this stuff? And then it took like 2 years for me to be like, I love not doing stuff, and I also love not being in Manhattan. Like moved back to Brooklyn. I'm like,
there you go.
And I also learned to move up buildings with more sunlight.
You're like
sunlight's so important.
Right.
You're like a squirrel.
I am like
you're like, I gotta find my natural habitat
like a lot
and
of
then get up higher off the ground.
Yeah, I'm like finding
where the predators
my nuts.
are.
Yeah.
Find my nuts.
Nuts. Yeah.
You know,
Squirrel away my nuts. Yeah.
But it's like instead it's like edibles.
Yeah.
Just like
that's me.
Like a tree trunk full of fucking 5 gram edibles or whatever.
If you saw my drawer full of edibles, it is like that. You're like, how many edibles do you need?
You have like tons.
I'm just scared.
Is it like
hibernation? I might need it.
Do you have like lots of different kinds?
Yeah. I don't know how I collect them all, but anywhere where it's like, if I go to, because New York, there's only like 3 legal ones.
Real legal
Oh,
ones.
really?
Yeah.
Like, all the other ones that you see
they're
are
fake. They're not fake, but they're like
crazy.
they're illegal.
They're not
sanctioned.
They're not
just say that.
sanctioned. Like it's like not so like the reason why I avoid them.
Zazas?
What's Zazas?
Is Zaza's not the like famous chain of weed store?
I was like, is that a
They're
pizza
so
place?
ugly. Yeah, it looks like a pizza place.
There's like, there's, if you walk around, there's so many places that sell weed. So my friend visiting from Kansas, where there's no weed, legal weed, bought one at one of those bodegas, and we tried it, and it was such a weird high where I was like, this is not sanctioned. I don't know what's in it.
It'll be all crazy.
So
like some are have good stuff and some don't, and some of them have like there's one near where I live, and you go inside and they got some weird thing around where they're like, we can't sell you this joint, but we can sell you lots of snacks and give you this for free. It's like shit like that.
Oh, like a workaround.
Yeah, they have a workaround, or like they only sell like one kind of thing. Like,
Yeah.
they looks like they have a bunch of stuff, but actually they just
actually,
sell
yeah.
one joint at a time.
Yeah. Oh, okay. I've
Yeah.
never been because I'm too scared.
Well, that's the thing, is that there's so many different kinds, and so you have no idea because
Yeah.
it's like they're outside the regulatory thing.
Right.
So it's just like all sorts of shit. That's why in San Francisco, when you go there,
You got to load up.
oh my, I'm going to buy. I'm going to get arrested.
San Francisco.
Yeah, like California.
There's no
crazy.
rate.
No, there's tons.
there's
Tons, and
Yeah.
it's
And it's-
all like
it's all
been legal for a
regulated.
very long
Yeah,
time.
yeah.
Like
It's almost boring to go.
Yeah.
It's like okay, laundry. I gotta go pick up the
Dispensary,
kids.
yeah.
Dispensary. You know,
Yeah.
it's like very.
So
it's become not
Massachusetts-
cool again. You
Sure.
know,
Massachusetts is like that too. So
Yeah.
anytime I cross a border into a state
Oh,
where it's available,
Massachusetts
for
too,
some
is like
reason,
also-
I'm like squirreling it away. That's
Oh,
what
yeah,
I'm squirreling it.
You gotta like store.
Is it
it.
like
Yeah.
most states?
No.
Because
No.
Massachusetts sounds like a niche state for it to.
It's pretty niche. Yeah.
You probably haven't heard of it.
Yeah.
I'm really into states. Oh yeah, really? You're probably into
You
the
probably know,
the
like, New
mainstream
York,
ones.
California,
Vermont. Everybody
yeah.
loves Vermont. Nah, Massachusetts. You know what it is that it's actually a very liberal state.
It's very
Okay.
liberal.
It's a very liberal
Right.
state.
They were ahead of. I mean, New York is behind in a lot of
Yeah.
ways, which is interesting.
They
but-
technically have universal health care.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I
So
heard
they have
the other
legal.
day that in New York, you can't sell beer and wine at the same
You can't sell.
bodega or whatever.
You can't sell liquor, but you can sell, and liquor includes wine. But it it depends.
Really? That's
Oh, I
crazy.
didn't know
Yeah,
that.
but, like-
I'm learning too.
But some places can grandfather it in and
Yeah,
stuff like that,
yeah.
and so like like all these different rules are there. So like,
Uh-huh.
like and it's like that all over the fucking place. Like
Yeah.
if you go to fucking what's it called, Delaware, or you go to like Maryland,
That's niche.
it'll be Maryland.
Yeah.
you like states? I got some real shit for
You're
you
gonna
here.
like this
Maryland.
one. Yeah, you're gonna like this one.
Maryland. Like it's the same thing. Like they, it's a liquor store has to do it, but like certain gas stations, like for example, 7-Elevens
Yeah.
can sell beer and wine.
Oh, really?
Because they've been in the state since before 1981 or some shit,
Right.
before they changed the law. So in New York, you can't buy liquor
It's crazy.
except in the liquor store, which
Yeah.
is why it's so expensive. But in California, you can fucking buy it like in any grocery store. You can buy it
Yeah.
at like CVS. You know, you can
Yeah, you can go to
anywhere.
anywhere.
You can buy it anywhere, which is crazy. Are you tired of dealing with thinning? Nutrafol is here to help. Their natural hair supplements are specifically formulated for men and women. They use medical grade ingredients to target root causes of thinning hair and promote healthy hair growth. Thinning hair is different for men and women. Nutrafol has multiple unique formulas to provide exactly what they need based on their biology, age, and other lifestyle factors. What I like about Nutrafol is it's so easy to use. It's so chill. It's just a couple capsules a day. So there's no big complicated ritual. Nutrafol is the #1 dermatologist recommended hair growth supplement, clinically shown to improve hair growth, visible thickness, and visible scalp coverage for men and women. Take the first step to visibly thicker, healthier hair. For a limited time, Nutrafol is offering our listeners $10 off your first month subscription and free shipping when you go to Nutrafol.com and enter promo code ASIAN. Find out why over 3,500 healthcare professionals recommend Nutrafol for healthier hair. Nutrafol.com, spelled Nutrafol.com, promo code ASIAN. That's Nutrafol.com, promo code ASIAN. This show is sponsored by BetterHelp. So it's December 9th as I'm recording this right now, and I have tons of gift getting to still do. I've got tons of browsers open with all these carts open, and I just need to start shopping, man. So like I got gifts I need to get for my niece, my nephews, my wife, my parents, my son, of course. He's getting like 5 trains. Is that too many? I have no idea. Whatever you do for others, though, this season, don't forget to give yourself a gift, whether it's starting therapy, going easy on yourself during tough times, or just treating yourself to a me day. Remember to give yourself some love. I've used therapy. I use it all the time, and the things I've learned from therapy to help me figure out what are my priorities, what I care about, and just give myself a little bit of breathing space. If you're thinking of starting therapy, think about giving BetterHelp a try. It's all online. It's designed to be convenient, flexible, and suited to your schedule. Just fill out a brief questionnaire, and you'll get matched with a licensed therapist. You can always switch therapists at any time for no additional charge. In the season of giving, give yourself what you need with BetterHelp. Visit betterhelp.com/Asian today to get 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/Asian. And awesome.
Yeah.
But anyways.
But that's what gives me the squirrel away mentality.
Yeah, so you got to squirrel away. So you and I will be squirreling stuff
Oh, yeah,
away.
we'll be squirreling. for sure.
We be squirreling.
We be squirreling.
We be squirreling. Yeah, okay, well, this, I think, wanted to welcome you to our country.
Yeah.
Thanks for having me.
My first question, I guess.
You're the first people to welcome me.
Yeah,
I've been
everyone
here
else
for
has
3
been.
months.
Everyone was a dick.
Yeah.
How do Asian people end up in Australia? That's my first question.
It's a great question.
Yeah.
I would say probably similar to America. Like there was a lot of Chinese people that came during like the 1800s for the gold rush. So that was
This is absolutely new to me. I have no idea that you had a gold rush too.
Did you guys have a gold?
We had a gold rush.
Yeah.
Yeah,
In California. We learned
we
that.
had a gold rush.
Oh, you had a gold rush too?
Yeah, so there's a lot of
We
like.
fucking love gold, dude.
Yeah. Yes, we do.
Yeah.
Freaking rules.
But my family, they came after the Chinese Communist Revolution.
Okay.
Also like 91 or whatever. And then
Yeah.
Australia was like, there was a famous thing where like the Australian Prime Minister at the time cried or something. And he's like, we're going to let in all these Chinese people.
Oh shit! You
Yeah.
probably got voted out right away. But yeah, whoa,
Yeah.
that's crazy.
And so now I'm here.
So is the main population in Sydney, or is it like all over the place?
Really all over now, but Sydney, Melbourne, the big cities all would have the most Asian people.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And they got their own suburbs, like Flushing, but
Right.
Oh,
so-
yeah.
for Sydney and Melbourne.
Yeah.
Got it.
I've only been to Australia once. There's a
yeah.
lot of Vietnamese people there too. Not a lot.
Yes,
Not as many, I
yes.
think, as Chinese people, but there are a lot of Vietnamese people.
yeah.
Yeah.
Because it like straight up when you were like rowing out to the fleet, depending on who picked you up is where you went. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? It was like, this boat's going to France. They're like, all right, we're going to
Yeah.
France.
Yeah.
I was like, we're going there. Oh, we're going to Australia. Okay, bye-bye. So it's like,
Australia is the closest to Vietnam.
I know. So
Yeah.
like, I think we ended up there, and so I have some random family there.
Oh,
Yeah.
really?
Like in Australia. I've been to.
Do you think the Vietnamese food is better in Australia or America?
America is the best. It is super good.
Really?
It's pretty solid there, but it's just like the concentration of Vietnamese people.
I'm sure.
Yeah, right.
You know what I'm saying?
And that's not happening here in New
It's
York.
not happening in
as
New
much.
York, but there is definitely some good shit in. I was in Melbourne. Really good coffee. I remember that. That was
Yes.
really good.
Yeah.
That was really
Literally,
good.
what I remember from when I went to Australia was the coffee.
When
It's
did
really
you go?
good.
My friend was studying at University of Queensland
Yeah.
for medical school, so I
Right.
went to go visit. So I went, when was that, 2015?
Right.
And I went to visit her in Brisbane
Yeah.
and then went to Melbourne.
Melbourne.
Yes, great pronunciation.
I got yelled at when I was like not saying. They're like, no, you don't do that. I was
Melbourne.
like, okay, yeah.
I'm afraid to do
Melbourne.
it because I don't want to make it seem like I'm making fun of you.
No, but she told me to say
it
that.
sounds.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
She told me to say because she's American. She's like, say Melbourne. I was like, okay, Melbourne.
It makes me feel like like I'm making fun of your accent. You know what I'm saying?
I feel
No,
like
I'm appreciating
Australians
it.
just have this thing where, like, if people are making fun of the Australian accent, we
Yeah.
really like it. Well, it makes us feel like seen. We're like, oh, they're doing our thing.
You know how everyone goes like, oh nar, oh nar.
Yeah.
Like I feel like that went around on TikTok.
Yeah.
Like for a second, and I was like, but then I felt like no one ever talked. Everyone was like, we love that. Like whereas like in the UK, I feel like they get butthurt over things.
Yeah, which we love doing. Also.
Yeah, we love doing
I don't mind doing it to a British person because they need to be taken down a couple notches, and it's just hilarious to see their face when you're like, hello, good day, mate, cheerio, and they're like, oh, and you're like,
we
yeah,
hate
fuck
that.
you.
Yeah.
What about when other people do American accents? Does
I
that even
love it.
register?
It's weird because then for a second I'm like, it makes it feel like, I feel I'm going deaf or something because it's like suddenly the texture of the word is gone. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's just like, do you do an American accent ever?
No, I can't.
See what I'm saying?
Yeah, it gets like flat.
It's like it's like you turned your volume down.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, yeah,
It's
that's
like
how
a
what
complete different
Yeah.
person. Because like I was getting auditions when a lot of American like productions were filming in Australia.
That's right.
yeah.
During COVID and
Yeah.
stuff
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
So I was getting American auditions.
I see.
And then I went to see a accent coach.
Oh, really?
Oh, really?
To try to learn an American accent.
No shit.
And spent like half an hour and with the coach, and I was like, I don't think I want to be an actor.
Really? What did the coach have you do?
So it's all like mouth shapes,
Right,
and
it's all
stuff
mouth
like
shapes,
that.
right,
And
yeah.
like the R's, like Australians are very lazy with R's. So
Yeah.
like when Australians come to America, the first thing we change is we say like water,
Yeah.
but we have to say
Water.
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 Well, I met your wife. Can I say her name?
Yes, you
Yeah,
can.
because her name is Esther.
Get her name out of your mouth. Yes,
But then
Esther.
like in America, there's like a connotation of it being kind of like an older person's name, like Esther.
Okay.
But then she introduced herself as Esta.
Yeah.
And I was like, that sounds so fucking
Yeah.
awesome. I wish I was named Esta.
Esta.
If you heard Esther, how would you think that it was spelled?
Esther. Esther.
Oh, as in like the
If
way
you heard
she
the-
said it, like the name was different to Esther.
If she said Esta, I was
So she said
ESTA.
Esther. Did you think her name was Esther?
Yeah, I actually didn't because she introduced herself to me,
Yeah,
and then
yeah.
she introduced herself to somebody else like next to
Uh-huh.
me, and so it took me a second to even realize that she was saying it that way.
Okay,
I
yeah. You didn't think it was
I
a
didn't think-
completely different name?
No, I didn't
or-
think her name was Esta.
yeah.
Well, like the Spanish word for is. I did not think that was her name. I was like, oh, it's Esther.
Yeah.
But then, because in my mind, I was like, it's Esther. But then
Yeah,
she was
yeah,
like,
yeah.
introduce herself as Esta, and I was
Yeah,
like, oh
yeah.
shit, that's tight.
Yeah,
yeah.
it does sound cooler than
Yeah.
Esther.
Anyways,
Yeah.
so
I'll
you were
let her
working
know.
on
I'll
your
let her know.
You're working on your R's. And then
Yeah.
you're like, fuck this.
Yeah. You're like, I'm not doing
I'm
that.
gonna completely cut off this career because of the
Yeah.
R thing.
Yeah, well, I just like struggled to sound American. It's
Yeah.
very, and like when I do the American accent, I'm like I sound like a different person.
Life doesn't happen on a bi-weekly basis, so why does your payday? The money you earn can be yours today with Earnin. Earnin is an app that gives you access to your pay as you work, up to $100 per day or up to $750 per pay period. Just download the Earnin app and verify your paycheck. Then access up to $100 a day as you work and leave an optional tip. Any money you access plus tips are automatically repaid from your next paycheck. If I needed something like Earnin, it's what I'd use. And this is why. Earnin is simple, easy to use, and a fast way to get access to money you need immediately. Make Earnin a part of your financial routine and join Earnin's over 3.5 million customers who say things like, when I think about Earnin, I think about financial stability and security. It gives me a lot of peace of mind. Download Earnin today, spelled EARNIN, in the Google Play or Apple App Store. When you download the Earnin app, type in Asian under podcast when you sign up. It'll really help the show. Asian under podcast. Subject to your available earnings, daily max and pay period max. See earnin.com/TOS for details. Earnin is a financial technology company, not a bank. Bank products are issued by Evolve Bank and Trust, member FDIC. I want to take a second and talk to you about how much I love my Helix Sleep Mattress. After me and my wife got married, I realized it was time for us to have real-ass adult mattresses. Something comfortable and cozy instead of the futon on the ground I was used to. So we turned to Helix. Helix has a sleep quiz to help you find your perfect mattress in under 2 minutes. Take it, find the mattress for you, and it ships straight to your door free of charge. And because everyone is unique, Helix has several different mattresses to choose from. Each designed for specific sleep positions and feel preferences. Some have memory foam layers for side sleepers, and others have more responsive foam for back sleepers like me. Plus, Helix mattresses all come with a 10 to 15 year warranty, depending on the model. Helix is offering 25% off all mattress orders and 2 free pillows for our listeners in honor of Black Friday. Go to helixsleep.com/Asian and use code HelixPartner25. This is their best offer yet, and it won't last long. With Helix, better sleep starts now.
You kind of sounded like a valley
good for
girl.
me. Yeah, exactly.
it's
That's
like
what
a
people
specific
say.
type. Yeah.
I have noticed that when people like, Australians or, British people, when they want to do an American accent, they really do the Valley Girl.
I
one.
know.
Because I
Yeah,
think
right.
it's the closest to an accent that
Yeah.
you could fake.
Right.
Yeah,
what I'm
right.
Oh my God.
God, yeah, everyone's, oh my God.
Where's the fries?
Where the heck? Yeah, where the heck's my burger or whatever? Everyone does that accent when they're trying, and I was like, okay, I don't think we all sound like that,
Yeah.
but
Well, how about this? Well, okay, so for Americans, Australians sound like cool British people. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Okay.
Yeah, chiller.
Chill.
Yeah.
You guys are good plumbers. It's good. What do we sound like to you? How about this too? Double. What do Asian Americans sound like to you? Is it like weird to hear this voice come out of this face?
Was it weird for you to hear this voice come out of this face?
I wouldn't say weird, but it is.
It's new.
It's new.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a.
I'm always
it's a
jealous.
little unusual.
I'm like,
I'm
it's
jealous
so
too.
cool.
Yeah.
My
Yeah.
manager, my like job before was an Australian Asian person.
It's
Yeah.
so fucking awesome.
Oh,
Yeah,
really?
yeah.
Nice.
So then when
Which
I remember
industry
when
are you allowed to say?
I worked at Google.
Google.
Yeah,
okay,
and so
cool.
she just like when she interviewed me, I was like, cool. Like,
Yeah,
I was like,
it is pretty.
"That's
It
so
is pretty
cool."
sweet.
Yeah.
Not as sweet as when you meet an Asian person, they have a French
accent. I was about to say that.
Fucking
Yeah.
colonialism. So fucking awesome. Yeah. So, but like, I'm always curious about the other way.
Yeah, like the first times, I guess, like culturally you grow up, like British was crazy to me. Like British,
Australians. I mean,
A-
British Asians.
Asians.
British Asians. Yeah.
Yeah.
American was kind of crazy, but like we did also grow up with like
Oh yeah.
Asian
More, yeah.
figures like in the media, like even like
Yeah.
like Ken Jeong and like
Yeah.
Bobby
Yeah.
Lee and
Yeah,
stuff
yeah.
like that.
That
But,
makes sense.
like since Crazy Rich Asians, it's like there's no question about it. It's
Yeah.
just like so normal and
Right.
regular.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. That makes sense.
It's so funny how Crazy Rich Asians really was a turning point.
It was.
We're all here because of that.
Yeah.
That was
This
that was-
podcast wouldn't exist.
Literally.
Crazy
That was sort of like, for our parents, it was like, what was the defining moment? It was probably a war, and for us, it was Crazy Rich
Crazy Rich
Asians.
Asians.
Yeah.
It like
Yeah.
made us into who we are.
Yeah, our World War II is
Yeah,
Crazy Rich
that was our
Asians.
World War II. That was our great cultural revolution.
Yeah.
That leads me to my second question: why have you come for our jobs? And come to New York City in particular.
Yeah,
You know what
I'm
saying?
curious.
This is like the gold rush for me.
Really? This is your gold rush? Yeah.
New York is my
Yeah,
comedy
still?
gold rush.
Okay.
I came over to because like I think the shows are just there's so many shows here. All the shows are good and you can get so much stage time. Like
Yeah.
in Australia, you just hear about like people are always like, oh, apparently in America you can do like 5 shows a night.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
yes,
like-
you can.
Yeah. In New York, especially.
Yeah, in
Yeah.
New York.
In New
so
York,
we're coming to the lucky country.
Wow.
Is that the Chinese word? What's the? Because in America,
Beautiful
beautiful
country,
yeah.
Well, this is for California. It translates to the Golden Mountain.
Oh.
California is the Golden
Yeah,
Mountain.
yeah.
So anyway,
Oh.
yeah, the lucky country. That's really fun. That's great. So okay.
Yeah.
And you found it to be that's true so far.
Yeah, really true. Like I just wanted to like get better at stand up and everything,
Wow.
and it seemed like you can put in the
The
hours
work,
here.
Yeah.
You know what's? I mean, it's crazy to me because I always feel like in Australia, there's obviously like Ronnie and you, and like every so often I'll like something will pop up in my Instagram where it's like an
Yeah.
Australian Asian comedian, and I'm like, oh, this is interesting. Like, I'll listen to it for a little bit. And they seem to have like Instagram followers. Like they have like a follow. You have your special out, and I'm like, in some ways it's like almost like you can. I don't want to say like leapfrog or anything like that in your career, but like you can progress pretty far. So
Yeah.
I'm always surprised that like that there's still an interest to come here. Not to say it's a step back, but it's almost like you've achieved a lot of the stuff that like we're trying to achieve.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, like it's a smaller scene. There's also less Asians, so and still like a big Asian market. So if you guys move to Australia,
Oh,
you'd
okay.
make it big in 1 year.
Yeah. Let's do the opposite thing.
Yeah. Reverse immigration.
I I think there's just like not a ceiling. Like you could have a really nice and comfortable thing, just like doing stand up, doing TV, and doing like radio or whatever. But you'd kind of like be playing to the same people, so it's easy to stagnate in terms of like skill or what you want to do.
Right.
So if you want to challenge yourself again, I think you have to move to America.
Yeah.
That makes sense. I guess you're
America's like so much bigger in terms of population also.
Totally.
So a lot more people can see your stuff and not know who you are. I like missed that feeling because in Australia, like I was
too famous. Is that just say it?
I was
say it.
too famous. I was one of the best guys in the world. But it was like performing to crowds and you'd have the kind of thing of like, oh, I don't like know if they've seen this material already and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Or like whatever, like it's hard to work on stuff.
Yeah.
People are laughing as you're walking on stage already.
Yeah.
You know?
And you're like, shut up.
Yeah. So I wanted to see if I could actually do it again.
Well,
That's cool.
Don't worry, there are tons of horrible shows here.
Yeah.
So you're welcome.
But then you'll do 5 of them, and 3 of them will be bad. But 2 might be good.
Two might be good.
That's true. Might be good.
It is. There is like a nice thing. I got this weird thing now where I have like a Pavlovian response to where whenever I go someplace and you know how a bar smells when it's like they just cleaned the bathroom, like it smells like this bleachy smell. I hear that, I smell that, and I want to tell jokes. Like every time I smell, I'm like, life is crazy.
Yeah.
You know, I just can't stop. I can't help it. And I'm like, oh,
It's
because
so ingrained.
it's so. I've done so many shows. I've done so many mics that are like that. And,
Yeah.
and it's always like at 4 p.m.
That
and
smell
shit.
is everywhere here. I feel
It's
like.
everywhere.
Yeah,
In
it
the
is.
subways and stuff like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
In Australia, this smell that's associated with comedy is like beer in
Oh.
carpet.
In carpet.
Like, because all the pubs have like carpet.
Oh.
And people spill their beer.
Yeah.
In it, so it's like just that
Yes.
yeasty, weedy smell.
What a crazy country you guys
Yeah.
are. Your son's in the wrong place. You got
Your
carpet
son
in your
is in the wrong
You got your bar, your
Carpet in our comedy
carpet and
club.
your things. You guys don't have any cool states. You only have 5 or 6? I have no idea.
Yeah, I could name them all, but I don't know how many. Yeah.
Well, this is the last episode of
yes.
the year, and so we wanted to do a little bit of a look back. I have been using ChatGPT to write a lot of my interview or questions, and so what I've done is I first did 2 things. One, I asked ChatGPT. Here, I can look it up and actually tell you. I said, let's see here. Oh, I also even asked ChatGPT if it knows who you are, and it does.
Hey,
Aaron Chen is a
congrats.
comedian based in Australia. He's known for his stand-up comedy and has been involved in various comedy projects. Keep in mind that the information might be subject to change. Okay, fine. But he knows who you are. Hold on here. Okay. So I first asked it, give me 10 questions to help 2 podcast hosts look back at their year. And, some good questions. But then, because you're here, I wanted you to feel at home. So I said, same questions, but make it Australian. Okay, so we got a couple.
Okay.
Okay.
I can already tell
Okay,
how
so
it's starting.
I have no idea. Again, I'm glad we went through. I'm not trying to make fun of you, so
Okay.
This is respect.
But
Yeah.
it sounds like as long as I'm trying, you will feel seen. So here's a question. I don't know what this means. I'm just gonna read it. And this is supposed to be to help us look back at our year.
But in an Australian way.
Any fair dinkum
Yeah.
guests who left an everlasting impression on your show and what made M stand out like kangaroos in the outback. This is a ChatGPT. So, I assume
That's so funny.
what is a fair dinkum?
Dinkum.
Fair
Dinkum,
dinkum
yeah.
is. I think it just means like good. It's
Okay.
like, fair dinkum. Like that's all right.
Okay.
I think.
Okay, so that's a good question. Any guests that fair dinkum guests that we really
Dinkum guess?
are what's up? You know what I'm saying?
I don't know. All of them.
All of them.
I can't remember who was this year.
Let's
to
see
be
here.
honest.
I know versus other years. Hold
Yeah.
on. Let me pull up our list here, and we can go through not every single person, but a lot of people.
I really can't remember.
Well,
You say yours.
okay. I really like Delia.
Okay, yeah.
Delia Kai, the author.
She was the one who was going on the date one, the window, the one that you listen to.
No way.
Yeah.
Did you record episodes back to back?
Yeah. So we saw her get picked up for a date.
Okay.
And it didn't go much.
It
farther
didn't
than
go
that.
very well at all, which was amazing.
Well, Delia is just a friend. Like, I feel like
Yeah.
we're friends.
Yeah. Well, I like it when people who come on the show and then we like, because a lot of people, they're busy,
Yeah.
and they kind of go off and do their thing, which is totally fair.
Yeah.
But I really like it when
they like stick
around.
Yeah,
and
they become
like,
our friends, basically.
Yeah, and it makes me sad because I fall in like quickly for friends.
Yeah. Me too. I try to make everyone my friend.
Exactly.
Just know that that's a threat.
Yeah.
I have one that actually I DM'd this morning. Michelle Lee, who is a costume designer for a bunch of like movies and really cool projects. On this podcast talked about how she started DJing as a side fun thing.
Yeah.
And now she had her first gig last night.
Oh.
And the name of her DJ name is Pokari Threat.
That's awesome.
That's awesome.
And her friends made merch. So it looks like the
Oh,
Pokari
God,
sweat.
that's fucking sweet.
And so I DM'd and I
Nice.
said, this fucking rules. Like, that is awesome.
Yeah.
And she was like, yeah, I really like, it started with like talking about it on the podcast.
Yes.
Wow.
Oh.
There you
And now
go.
she's DJing as Pokari Threat.
Can I tell you something, Aaron? I mean, you're already
Please.
doing good, but
Yes.
everyone who comes on this show becomes famous.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, except the hosts.
Yeah, except for us.
Except the host. But as soon as you leave, then you become
Yeah, look at
famous.
Fumi. He's on Fallon.
Fumi's on Fallon.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean,
That's
you're
great.
already, you're
You're on your way,
doing
No,
it.
but you're
no,
going to
no.
become even bigger. You're
Yeah,
going to be
yeah.
in.
You're going to be doing an American accent.
You're
soon.
gonna be. Yeah.
I'll be the voice coach.
You're gonna. This is gonna happen to you too. You're gonna get jacked. You're
Okay.
gonna get ripped.
Is that what happens to guests?
Who
Yeah.
has?
Well, I'm just saying that like once you get absorbed into the Hollywood
Oh, yeah,
apparatus,
yeah.
they'll be like, Aaron, we love what
Yes.
you're doing.
Yeah.
It'd be even better if you
Yeah.
had a six.
You're gonna Kumail. You're gonna become Kumail.
You're gonna be Kumail. And then you're gonna be able to like do the thing where you're like the hot Australian Asian guy, but you're also funny.
Yeah.
Such a
Thanks for
you
saying
could be
that.
so rich, dude.
I am.
You're
Yeah,
welcome.
I'm listening.
Yeah. So Delia I think was a lot of fun. I was on this show, like we kind of had a crossover thing with Worst Asian Pod with Lingji and Ben, and it was very bro-y, but it was like a lot
I
of.
wasn't there.
Yeah, it was like just like a chill, dumb show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I love my girl talk episode.
Oh, that's a really good one.
Yeah.
That's
Mike
a
wasn't
really-
there. It was just ladies.
Oh,
Just
nice.
ladies.
Which has
Okay.
never happened in the history of this podcast. There's always a
Really?
man.
Yeah, exactly.
So we broke that
Uh-huh.
that bamboo ceiling.
And everybody loved it.
Yeah.
And I'm leaving the show so I can get famous. How about just to kind of, okay, hold on here. Let's see here. How about for you, Aaron, are there any gigs that you thought were like, this is what's up? You know?
This year, 2023?
Yeah.
It has to be Hack City.
No way. You're welcome. You.
Yeah.
Okay, you're invited to Asian prom.
You're
You're
a
invited to Asian
fair-
prom.
Thanks for having me.
You're a fair dinkum guy. Did I use that right? I have no idea.
So, yeah, that's
I'm gonna
so
put that into
perfect.
TikTok. Yeah, this is gonna be crazy. How about this one? These are so weird. I just want to read the question.
Yeah, just read it. We don't even have to answer
We don't have
it.
to answer it, but here,
That's crazy that you said the word gigs.
gigs. Yeah,
Do you use that word here?
Yeah.
yeah.
Because someone made fun of me for saying the word gigs. They're like, in America we say shows.
Yeah, we also mainly say shows.
Yeah.
Shay shows.
Say shows.
I feel like gig makes it sound like because like a gig, when like my actor friends say gigs, I feel like it's like not just a show.
It sounds like work. Or
Yeah, like a
whatever.
bigger
Oh,
thing,
I see.
like
Okay,
a project
okay.
or something like that, or like I'm
Right,
doing
right,
a gig
right.
over there. Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
guess you would say yeah. I guess I'll edit that out so that it doesn't. No, I don't know.
So yeah, so you sound different. Yeah.
So I sound cool. Okay, how about did your ears catch any Ripper feedback from your listeners that shape the direction or content of your podcast?
Ripper feedback.
Ripper is like also good.
Okay.
Maybe really good.
Oh, Ripper.
Did you hear any Ripper feedback?
That shaped the direction or content
Yeah,
of your
did you?
podcast. I mean, a lot
There
of people.
are a lot. I'm sorry. I'm just looking through and there are so many words where I'm like, what is that?
Thanks for making me feel so welcome.
Yeah, dude, so welcome and at home. I'm like, what the fuck does that mean?
We'll come back to this question, but just to read another one. Any moments of personal growth or learning that had you saying, "Stone the crows"? That's a new one.
I've never heard. Stone the crows. That's a new one.
I have no idea. Okay.
That sounds like an exclamation.
Stone the crows. That's a new one.
I mean, we have heard good feedback as far as a lot of people like it when it's Jenny and me, us doing our thing
Yeah.
together and talking about our lives, which is cool.
I like it.
Yeah, I think that's.
Hey, thanks.
And generally, it's a lot of fun for us to do that. I think I'm always surprised too that like you can almost never have too much information or something. Do you know what I'm saying? Like even if we talked about just like, today I found a great deal on donuts or something.
Yeah.
People will be like, man, relatable.
Yeah, because I show up in always a state of chaos.
Yes.
I'm always just like, I'm hungover and this is exactly what happened.
Yeah, exactly. Let's see here.
I mean, it doesn't have to just be about the podcast.
No, it could be, let's let's look back 2023.
Yeah, have you had to grade your year?
Oh.
How would you grade it?
Ooh.
Not to make it Asian, but it's the only way I know how to understand what's going on.
What scale do you guys use?
We can either do grades like letter grades, or
Oh,
you
yeah.
can
You
do
guys
out
have
of
letter grades, the
100.
normal, not normal, I guess, West, I don't know.
Is it-
What do you
I
call
know
it?
we know about it.
A,
Oh,
B,
you
C,
know
D,
about
E.
it?
Yeah, we're across
Yeah.
it.
What do you guys use?
What do you guys use? What's your marking system?
A lot of numbers.
Oh, really?
We do have letters like A.
Yeah.
A. There's A plus and
Oh,
A
okay.
minus, right?
Yeah.
We do have that, but
Okay.
in school, you kind of have that. You kind of have scores.
Is it percentages? Like
Yeah,
97%?
Yeah. That's it.
Okay.
Yeah.
We can do percentages.
We'll do a percentage. Okay. You want to go first?
I like the letter grade. 'cause
Okay,
it
let's do-
feels-
Okay, so you can
Yeah.
get
Yeah.
assimilated.
You're assimilating. Right.
Mine's a tough one because my year was weird.
Yes.
I would give this year externally, so that's like things that happened to me, a D.
Oh, really?
Yeah. My dad
Oh,
died.
I'm sorry. No, I thought.
sorry to hear.
No, sorry. I thought you meant. Never mind. Go ahead. Yes. Okay. Obviously.
so that was kind of,
D's
Yeah.
pretty good for that.
Yeah.
better than an F.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I was laid off. Remember
Yes.
that?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
So it's been like externally not great,
I see.
but internally B plus.
Okay.
Considering.
Yeah.
Like I'm like, obviously it's not fun to lose a parent. I would not recommend if you can avoid. But even considering, I feel very stable. And like fine. And I think it's also I talked about this when it was happening. I think like it's very Japanese to be like it's part of life. Like it's not a bad thing. Everyone dies. So you just kind of like keep going.
Yep.
Also cuz like my dad was like the chillest dude. He would be like so annoyed if we all like broke down. He'd be like stop.
Come on.
Like calm down, like
God.
move on. Yeah. In like a cool way,
Oh,
He's
really?
like he'd be like, it's no big deal. He'd be like, it's no big deal, keep going. So I think we've all carried that. We're like,
Yeah.
but that happened almost a year ago because it happened at the beginning of 2023, and so I have had like 11 months to like rebuild, and
Yeah.
I'm feeling okay. Like at times, obviously it's hard, but I feel I'm just like the last 2 weeks I'm like starting to find my creative groove again. And I am trying to like write more.
Yes.
I got in the New Yorker a bunch.
Yeah.
And I think this might come out right when my actual written magazine piece comes out.
No shit.
My first
Look
one.
at you.
Nice.
So I'm trying. I'm doing
Yeah.
things.
Yeah.
And yeah, I don't know.
That's great.
Yeah.
Good
Well,
grades.
I mean, be
Good
yeah,
grades.
Good grades. Good grades considering. Good grades
Good grades considering.
Good grades considering.
And next year I just plan on getting really hot.
Oh.
Yeah. That's always my goal.
I thought
Yeah.
see, that's why I thought you meant when you said external.
No, external I meant like things
That are happening
happening
to you. Yeah. Okay.
I mean, I think I got hotter too. So on that way,
every-
also,
yeah.
yeah, that B plus, yeah.
I feel like definitely you like found your groove.
I found my
for
groove.
Your look.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Trying new things.
Yeah.
I had clips in my hair yesterday. That was a
Yeah.
big thing for
Oh,
me.
hey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm like trying to have fun with clothes and like feel good about myself.
Yes.
that's where I'm at.
Okay, that's really good.
Yeah. Who
Okay.
wants to go next?
What a year.
What a year.
What a year. Yeah, I guess I'll go next. I would say I have to break it into two sections because you know, I would say if my life was a whole bunch of different classes, everything's pretty good, but then one of the classes is pulling down my average so much.
This is a very
You know what I'm saying?
This is relatable content.
Yeah, because like life, you know, I guess like family life, A+.
Yeah.
It's great. My son is amazing.
He's so cute.
My wife is great.
Yeah.
It's the best.
Yeah.
Financially, B-ish.
Okay.
You know, I was telling you last week, I was
Yeah.
like, I'm feeling a little stretched, but you know, I'm still able to cover bills. I think I have to be a little smarter with some things. Like job wise, good. A, I guess. You know, I'm like, I still have one. I think that's a good thing.
It is really good.
That's still a
in
good
this
thing.
economy.
Yeah, in this economy, I think it's still good. And then I think like comedy career, D-, because I just feel like I can tell that I am just like, I'm putting my finger into the dike. You know what I'm saying? Like there's a lot of cracks. I'm just putting my finger into them.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I need to like either let the dam break or like, you know, find the funding to redo the dam. This analogy sucks. But like, you know what I'm saying?
It's beautiful.
Yeah, so it's like I feel like I'm, you know, whatever you want to say, trading water, whatever it is. There's not like I don't have like a comedy boner, okay?
You want a comedy boner.
I want a comedy boner.
I just want to know what is good and bad, and the boner is good.
The boner is good.
Okay.
You know, whether it's like a bit you have or like a project you want to do where you're like, yes, this is going to be sweet.
You want to be horny for comedy.
Exactly.
And you're not horny right now.
You know, even if it's like, it doesn't even have to be comedy. It's like a thing where I used to get horny for like, hey, can you come over we're going to film a stupid sketch. We need a guy to do sound, and by sound, I mean, we taped an iPhone to the end of a broom and you're going to hold it over the guy. And I'm like, I used to be like horny for that. I'd be like, awesome, I'm learning about sound.
Yeah.
And I would just be holding the thing, that's it.
Yeah.
And I would like travel to go do that.
Right.
And, you know, to like wherever, you know, another borough or whatever. And I can't imagine doing that now. Obviously, my life is different. But then it's like, I do want to feel like there's something really exciting I can do.
I know what you mean.
You know?
Yeah.
And I would, and like bare naked, I would like to have a little bit more social media success. Just bare naked would like some followers and give me like a fun brand opportunity. Give me one. So
it's hard though because you only have so many hours in a day, and you have a full-time job and a family. It's very, very hard to like prioritize.
You work full-time also.
I have a job.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. And it's like a real job.
Yeah.
I don't have like, you know, a bullshit job.
Like mine.
All jobs are bullshit, but you know.
Like what mine was before.
Yeah. So it's like, you know, so it's just like, there is the reality of that. And I just want to, you know, I don't want to, it's not fair to anybody, myself, my family, whoever, where I'm like not feeling like I'm energized to do this. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. It's hard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You really have to like figure out your time and like your life.
Yeah.
But also, I have a lot of time and I don't have a boner a lot of times. Like I'm not like excited by anything. I don't have anything I want to do or yeah. And then you find it and you're like, that's nice.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
Vibes are tricky.
It is hard.
2023.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we'll work on that.
Okay.
You know, generally pretty good grades, but one class I'm gonna have to take again.
Yeah.
Comedy
Freaking
career.
fail.
Take it again. And,
Take it every year.
Yeah, take it every single year.
It
Fail
won't end.
every single year.
Yeah.
Why do I have this as a minor? Well, I'm an idiot. How about you, Aaron? What do you think?
Crazy year.
Yeah.
Crazy year. I got married at the end of
That's crazy.
2022.
Oh, amazing.
Congratulations.
So 2023, a lot has happened for Esther and I.
Yeah.
We got married. I took half a year off comedy because I was also feeling like just stagnant in where it was.
Yeah.
So I took a break. And then I moved here. And
Wow.
So it's been hectic. But
What did you do during the 6 months?
nothing.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
That's cool.
I tried to like cook and stuff, and stuff like that.
Amazing.
But like see friends, like
Yeah.
I don't know, like it was at a point where like you're doing shows so many nights of the week that you don't go to dinners.
Yes.
Yeah, so I went to a lot of dinners and stuff like that.
Okay.
Amazing.
It was good, but also really tough to not do comedy
Yeah.
because it's like just so much of what I do is just doing comedy.
Right,
Yes,
right.
yes.
But yeah, it was like nice to let everything like regenerate and stuff like that.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, came back with a lot of ideas and wanting to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go.
That's amazing. Yeah, because you need to like live life to have things to talk about, you know?
That's
Yeah.
very true. Yeah. I mean, that's where comedy can't happen in the vacuum. You gotta get out there, have bad shit happen to you, and
Yeah.
okay, now I'm funny.
This
again.
is a great city for bad shit.
Yeah.
It's constant.
That's why it's here, baby.
Yeah, you'll get yelled at soon, I'm sure.
I mean, that's why like so many art forms like are either emerged from here or whatever. Because like when you get splashed with subway water, it's like the most creative shit in the world. Subway water is so creative.
creative juice.
The juice. It'll give you hepatitis too,
Yeah.
but it's also creative.
Yeah,
How about-
exactly.
How about just to wrap it up? What are we hoping for 2024?
A million things.
Okay.
But that's me all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For me personally, I said this earlier this year and then my family stuff happened, so it really derailed stuff. But I really want to focus on writing and less on performing because I think at my core I'm more of a writer.
Yeah.
And I need to date.
Oh, okay. Yes.
I like need to date.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Not that I haven't been dating, but like I need to do it.
You want
Wow.
someone to knock on the window for you.
Yeah, I need so I want this I wish this episode would end with someone knocking on the window and Aaron turns around and goes, I'm going on a date with that guy. That's what should be happening.
Yeah.
like the ultimate like New York rom-com.
Yeah,
like
exactly.
a guy sticks his head in and he's like, oh, excuse me, I just moved to New York City and I'm so lost. Can anyone show me around?
Yeah, and I just leave.
And
I go,
you just-
I will.
I will.
Yeah.
Was that Henry Golden? was that Henry Golden?
So yeah, focusing on that part of my personal life, and then obviously get really hot. But I say that every year.
What is your
every year?
I want to dig into that just a tiny bit for a second. What does that mean to get really like? You're gonna work out a lot.
I'm
get, like-
already working out.
Okay.
How dare you? I'm already
Okay,
working
I'm
out.
just saying like more. I don't know.
No, I want to feel good about myself. Like feeling hot, I think, is a mentality. I had
Yes.
about 2 weeks in October where I felt really hot.
Yes.
And those 2 weeks were insane. But yeah, I like, when you're just like, okay, like I like deserve whatever, like success or whatever. Like
Yeah.
you see a reflection of me, you're like, okay, she's wearing an outfit.
Yes.
I want that
What
vibe.
happened in those 2 weeks of October?
I don't do stand up. I'm like, I have a joke, but the thing that I say is I had a slut era
Yeah, right.
for 6 days.
Okay.
Which means I kissed 2 boys.
Wow.
Yoo-ho!
And then I had a real big emotional spiral
Oh, yeah, there you go.
afterwards. So I would like to do that without the spiral part. I want to find a haircut that makes me feel good.
Okay.
I want to find a haircut that makes me feel good.
Okay.
I like your current haircut.
Thank you. I feel that it's shapeless. It's a little like not. I'm not feeling it, so I really
Okay.
want to like find it in 2024. And I want to like feel stylish. I feel like this year I've started to wear different things, but I want to like keep going. I said it's the impact of you because I see you wearing like layers
yeah.
and like different things, and you're always dressed up. And I'm like, oh, it's okay to dress up. There's a part of me that feels like, if I'm trying, does it look? This is not a read on you. If I'm trying, does it look like I'm trying? Like, am I getting red for trying? It's
Yeah,
like, why is she
yeah.
trying so hard?
Yeah.
Yeah, Mike
yes.
doesn't look like he's trying.
I am trying very hard.
But you like always show up like this, so it's just you.
Oh, I see. Yeah, every single. Yeah, it's a.
You're probably you're not trying anymore.
Yeah.
I
you know?
see what you're saying.
It's just you. It's like you look in your closet, and then this is just what happens because this is your clothes.
You know what it is? It's like fashion and personal style is like the ultimate commitment to a bit.
Yeah.
Like you're just like, this is going to be so funny if I dress nice. And then And you just keep doing it and doing it and doing it until people are like, is this a bit still? I don't even know where the bit ends.
And then it just becomes you.
And you just
it's like
me.
when I was dabbing to the point where I started dabbing for real.
Yeah.
And it just became a part of my life.
Yes.
And then I was like, now it's not so funny. It's just like, it's a part of me.
Yeah.
And that's actually really embarrassing.
Okay. All right. All right.
Okay. I know I took up a lot of time.
No. It's all good. It's all good.
2024, Mike?
Shoot. Hold on here. Maybe I can do this. Okay. You good for time for a little bit?
Yeah. I got nowhere to be.
Okay, cool. Not this won't take. This will be a little bit of a side thing. One question I wanted to ask was actually about your fashion.
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay.
Because you're dressed like Bushwick Melbourne. Okay, like you got this thing.
You do have, yeah.
And you're special. In your special, you're wearing this like incredible camouflage. But then if you zoom in, the camo is also, what was it? It's like an animal or something.
Yeah, something like that.
It was like a bunch of ducks or something like repeated.
I have 4 different outfits in that special, but they all are similar camo sets. I just like my friends. They have a shop in Sydney and they sell like vintage clothes and stuff like that. But like 2 of them are twins, and there's one friend who hangs out with them, and he's essentially their triplet. They all 3 had like this set of camo things, but each of them was slightly different. Like one was like fish, and one was like just patches or whatever.
Yeah.
And I bought a 4th one online, and I was like, it'd be funny to wear all 4 and then cut between them.
Those ones.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought maybe like you were just wearing one blue one, and they just like did it in post, where there's a switch out the pattern. But yeah, like you have like a very distinct look, I feel.
Yeah.
You know, would you say that's fair? Like you have like, you know?
Thanks for saying that.
Yeah.
It's just what I like to wear baggy clothing.
Oh.
I don't know.
You have like this cool like what is this, electrician?
Oh yeah, this is a stand-up comedian in Australia.
Oh,
in Sydney.
really?
He's like probably my favorite stand-up comedian. He's called John Cruikshank, but he's also an electrician full-time.
Oh my God.
And also skateboards. So like in Australia, his comedy management is a skateboard label.
I'm moving to Australia.
Yeah,
Fuck
that's
this
so
shit.
cool.
Are you telling me I could be a skater?
That's like ultimate fuckboy, like
and an electrician? That's amazing.
Yeah.
ultimate fuckboy, yeah.
Yeah, he's everything.
The difference is that person probably is here in Bushwick.
Yeah.
But he's really bad at comedy.
Right.
Yeah. In Australia, he's just the best at comedy.
Yeah.
He comes here and he's like, oh, he sucks. That's cool. Have you been doing any shopping in New York?
In New York,
Yeah.
a little bit. I've like had the thing at the beginning of the year where I was like, I just have enough of all the clothes that I would want, and I'm trying to do a thing where I just like wear the clothes until they're like kind of like trash Steve Jobs. Like, just like I think I have enough clothes, and my wife's like, you should buy new clothes.
Oh, really?
Because I think she feels bad that I wear the same thing every day. But like, yeah,
That's really good though.
yeah. I have like 3 pairs of pants and like 2 or 3 like jumpers.
Yeah.
sweatshirts.
You're opposite Mike.
Yeah.
Like
So
you
good.
guys are like
I
on
have-
opposite sides.
I have 3 pairs of pants on now.
right now, yeah.
I'm so hot.
I think it was a thing of when I moved to America, like it was just the feeling of putting everything into boxes
Yeah.
Yes,
and
yes,
then
yes.
just realized it's like I haven't worn this in like
Oh, yeah.
a year
You don't
because
do
it
this
was
anymore.
too out there for me.
Yeah.
Like I do like wearing like simple stuff, and
Yeah.
if something's crazy, like I want to buy it, but then I wear it once and I feel too self-conscious.
Yeah.
But you don't? Do you ever feel self-conscious about wearing a piece?
I think maybe not an individual thing, but I do think sometimes I go back and forth. So like, I went to Austin. Have you been to Austin ever?
No,
Texas.
no.
So like I was there and I was wearing loafers, right? I love wearing loafers.
Yeah.
And everything in Austin is gravel. Like everything is
Yeah.
gravel. There's gravel
Yeah.
everywhere.
Uh-huh.
And like you can go into like an office building, it'll be all gravel. And I was walking around, and I was like, oh, I feel so stupid because I'm wearing gravel, and everybody around me is wearing like, I don't know, cowboy boots and guns. And it's
Yeah.
like this is like gravel and loafers don't
Loafers.
work. And so this sucks. I don't, and I started wearing my sneakers around, but then I was like, I don't like wearing my sneakers because I feel like I gave in.
Yeah, right.
So I went back to wearing loafers again.
Yeah.
And so in some ways, if you're too self-conscious, you just got to be like, well, this is who I am. I'm an asshole.
Yeah,
That's so nice.
And if somebody is like, why are you wearing loafers? I'm like, I'm a dick. What do you think? Like, I like to wear loafers. I don't give a shit about your stupid gravel country.
Yeah.
So like, it's just like how it is. It's just, I don't know. I don't know if that answers your question, but sometimes where you're like,
that does.
Yeah, when you.
It's about confidence.
Yeah, and it's just like, fuck your gravel. I'm just very upset about gravel. Anyways, do you have 2024 goals?
2024 goals.
Yeah.
I just get better at stand up every day.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
You're in the right place.
And travel. I want to travel a little bit.
Nice.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Because we're so close to like South America and Mexico and Europe also.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Compared to Australia.
You're just kind of far from a lot of stuff.
Yeah, Australia is really far.
Yeah, it's really
we can go
far.
to Asia.
Yeah, you get to
really
Asia pretty
easy,
quick.
but
Yeah.
apart from that, no.
Yeah.
All right, there
Yeah.
you go. Yeah, I
That's
love that.
awesome.
I think that's great. That's amazing.
How about you, Mike?
I got to get some comedy Viagra going because like I
Yeah,
gotta get this comedy
yeah.
boner going.
But maybe you need a break.
I do also
Maybe we
I do need
to
a
do
break.
the same thing. Like, just take a month off
I do need to like chill
and miss it.
and miss it and just like have my Saturdays back.
Yeah.
I haven't had like a Saturday off. It's weird because I feel like people get into comedy to like not work hard, but I feel like I work like every single day, and
Yeah.
I'm like, this isn't what I signed up for. I thought I was going to be drunk a lot. I mean, I'm drunk a lot, but you know what I'm saying, also like not
Yes.
working so hard.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think maybe that's the goal. First
Yeah.
goal is just like the little detox.
Yeah, detox, find your mojo again.
I'm a mojo, and I think that would be nice. Let's get those grades up.
Let's get those grades
Let's
up.
get
And that's
those
how we
grades.
always end
And that's how we
every
always end the
episode.
show.
Because- And everyone get your grades up.
And everyone get your fucking grades up or you're not going to prom. Well, thank you very much, Aaron,
Yeah,
for
thank
coming
you.
to
Thanks
the
for
show.
having me. So
Where
fun.
can our fans find you and your work?
I'm on Instagram.com/Chenny Lifestyle.
Hell yeah, dude.
Yeah.
You can always find us at Asian Not Asian Pod. Find me on there also at Nice Pants Bro.
I'm at Jenny Arimoto.
Check out the Patreon. We'll see you guys in a little while. So we're going to take a little break. We love you. And if you need anything, email us. I have no idea how to end this now. Okay, all right.
Yeah.
We love you. Bye.
Bye.
Go Jets.